say, oh yes he does. 'Cause there's a good old boy down in Texas, Texas, and there's a blue dot family in the USA. All over there's a world. Oh yeah.
Oh, shit. Forgot where I am. I'm just reading. Alright, put that way.
Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
There it is one. I've been waiting for something to pop up there and it just did. Thank goodness. All right, here we are, baby. It is, shit, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, I think. Last few days have been a whirlwind, so hold on to your britches, baby. I'm sorry I missed yesterday's rant. I'm busy most of the day today, so we'll cross bridges and all that shit. Anyway, Dwayne Twizzle was the first one to jump in. Thank you very much. Followed by Bart Larson. Jeanette Miller is here. That smart-ass squad. Martha's with us, thank goodness. Jeff Curry. Bruce Preston, thank you for being here. Debbie Marie, the remixtress, baby, is with us. Let me see here. Carol Lowe, thank you for being here. Let me see. BW, thank you for being here, darling. You're heavy on our mind around here. You really are. We talk about you a lot, Beverly. Anyway, Adina Michaels here. Let me see. RVW Kings Reviews. All right, baby. Secondary YouTube channel today. That's all right. We know who you are. Sneak right in there anytime you want, brother. Mark Perkins is here. Bart Larson. I think I said that already. Let me get on down here. Randy Peterson. Woo, pig. How you doing, brother? Debbie Marie is here. Deborah Douglas. Let me jump on down here before we just get lost. And I got it. Jay Clayton and Stephanie Dean. Well, I guess that's Stephanie Dean. I went right by there. Spent today on the boat with Stephanie. There you go. Fantastic. 86 and sunny. Same thing up here, baby. I was sweating it today. Anyway, let's don't brag. Anyway, Michael Johnson, thank you for being here. Mark Perkins. That smart-ass squaw, Alex Murdoch, is what? I haven't seen that. Guilty on 4 counts. Really? I have not seen it. Oh, shit. Mama's in there probably going, she wants to tell me or some shit. I have not healed. Anyway, it is Thursday. I'm glad y'all are here. Let me get to the audience real quick here right after I tell you about my mail I got today. I got mail today delivered right here to the house today. I got a package. Well, what was in the package, Sean? I'm glad you asked, because right in that package is some fine Andrea's steak sauce. Andrea's steak sauce. It's marinade and barbecue sauce. We're gonna get Joe on this stuff. That's his forte. And then to go after he sent me some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, which I do enjoy. Then it gets better. Wait, there's more. DJ, commonly called here in this group, sent me a hammer. Look at that shit. Is that not a fine hammer? If you have never seen a hammer like this, look at that. Look at it. This is for some whacking some shit. Yeah, to whack it. You could drive a nail with that shit right there. That's what it's made for. And not only that, it comes with this fantastic extension right here. And you see there? All of a sudden, you can drive nails all the way up in that corner up and just whack the shit out of them. You'll get it in there. I believe that's what this is for. I'm not sure. Makes for a great armrest, though. And does help you get up and down out of a chair, I'll tell you that. But it's the best hammer anybody's handed me in a while. Even the head comes off. Even the little head comes off here in case you got to get to a little nail. And thank you very much, DJ. I appreciate that, buddy, and I'm sure it's going to come in handy. But wait, there's more. He not only included the barbecue sauce, the marinade sauce, the extended hammer. Oh no, DJ went a step further. He sent me this. This? John, what is that? This? What? This? Okay. It is, for anybody that would know, and I knew the second I saw this box, I knew what was inside because of my past. DJ Mosley, DJ in our room. This, take it out of the case, is a meerschaum pipe. Oh man, the light is hitting it not right. Let's go to the other camera and see if it's better. Because I want you to get a good look on this. Let's see if that works a little bit better, I think. That, well, still, you can see it if I turn it. It's a man with a headpiece on, like you'd see in India. This is a meerschaum pipe. Meerschaum is a fossilized sea foam. And for pipe smokers, it's one to have. Where's my one? I got one around here somewhere. I got one here somewhere, but not near as pretty. And DJ, yeah, it came preloaded. No, it didn't. My friend, that is the first hit, first puff through that pipe. So DJ, I want to thank you tremendously, and let's get him up here because he's right there. I want to thank him personally for sending that up to me. And this hammer, I'm telling you, the hammer was it. DJ, where are you, DJ?
I'm here.
All right. Hey, what a fantastic pipe. Let me brag on that first. This is a piece. And there's a reason they come when they're each pipe has its own individually molded case. And there's a reason for that.
I thought it was pretty nice looking myself. I'm not a real pipe smoker, but I know what a meerschaum is. So I thought you should have one.
I have several that I had before. The thing about a meerschaum is I'm doing the one thing that you should never do with a meerschaum pipe when you first get it, and that is touch it while you smoke it. You should have a glove on, really.
Didn't know that.
Until it turns colors, and it will, because it will soak up the oils in your hand, and it will make discolorations, which can be a good or a bad thing depending on whose hand it is. If it's who's that famous Roddy Hemingway? If it's his hand, wow, that pipe's worth a lot of money. And mine, not so much maybe, but man, I'm telling you what, the pipe is fantastic. Thank you very much. The hammer.
You're very welcome.
The hammer, the expendable hammer here, that's pretty good. I could even kill spiders in the corner up at the top with something like this.
You know that's a custom-made handle. You're not willing to admit it's a cane, are you?
It's a hammer.
I was going to say it looked like a cane.
It's a
to me.
fucking hammer. I can obviously tell by the shape it's made for hitting something. You want it to be you?
Okay.
It is indeed.
Sorry
No,
about that.
no, it is a fine cane, and I like the way it breaks down. And yeah, that could come in handy. You know,
Let's hope
shit.
not. Let's hope you don't need it
Yeah,
for a long time.
let's hope I don't need it. In case I do, I
Unless
can
you
whack
wanna-
them really good. See?
You could
I
also
mean,
strut with it just to look really cool, with the pipe and the cane strutting
That's right.
down the sidewalk.
That's right.
But you are corrected to be
Do
great
I
for
not look
self-defense.
distinguished? I look distinguished. All I need is a smoking jacket. That's all. Hi, Miss Chick.
Well, that acrylic handle would hurt somebody, I'm sure.
Yes, it would. How are you, dear?
I'm fine, John.
Good, good. And let's
I
you
see someone else down there that we haven't talked to in a while because I think she's had a little electricity problem.
Who?
Oh, Bernadette.
She got no electricity. That stuff just bubbles out of her
Well,
ass.
she does
you
now,
can
I'm
plug
sure.
appliances into that woman. She's a power source
You can
amongst.
try.
You can try.
You could try.
Hi,
Shoot,
Bernie.
I was just outside getting some chores done before the next storm rolls in.
Oh
'cause
shit!
it's
You
gonna
got
be a
another one
whopper.
coming?
Oh yeah, dude, keep them coming. Yeah. I'm trying to tell y'all that's got sunshine and your plants are blooming out and shit like that.
Yep.
Spring
It's terrible.
is not here yet.
It ain't.
Okay,
I thought summer
No.
was here. Shit! I'm sweating my ass off
No.
outside.
not yet.
Damn.
Hey, hold on to your hats because this shit, dude. If I tell you that I'm living climate change from day to day.
It's,
Okay.
It's in the news again, darling. It really is.
Oh yeah.
It's in the news
What?
again.
What?
Let me get all my shit here. Who ain't in the room here? Let's see. DJ, you got you. Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
I see
Yo.
Jerry.
How high's the water, Mama?
Yo, water gone. Water all back in where it belongs.
Back
in its
where it
hole.
belongs.
Yeah,
Outstanding.
not near me. About 45 meters from me. You stay there. It's there.
Outstanding.
And now I'm just dealing with mud and all that crap, you know.
Hey, Ozzy, did
Just
you
gotta
see the
put all
hammer?
that cleanup.
Did you see the hammer?
Yeah, great.
That-
Great
that-
hammer.
Ain't it? You can get
Good
nails
hammer.
all the way up at the top of the room.
Well, I
Tell it.
think the extension handle is actually for maybe taking to a rally, and if you can't reach the person you want to hit in the head with a normal hammer,
See?
you throw that one on.
You throw that
You
one on
hit
him.
'em on there.
The uses could go on endlessly, I am sure. You know?
I can use one
Yeah.
of those around here.
And look, it's got one of them come here handles too.
Motivation, you know.
It's got one of them come here
Motivated.
handles where you just wrap it around. Come here. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I reckon that hammer would have been loved by Merrick Garland facing Ted Cruz and the
would-
other arseholes.
Oh, did you
in
see
that-
that? I'm sorry you had to
that-
witness that
That
shit.
was I was so disgusted by the way they treated Garland, accusing him of politicising the department, accusing him of doing fuck
think
all,
he did quite
accusing
well.
him of killing people,
doing
to his
everything.
lack of.
But
Oh
but
my
Ozzy,
God!
Ozzy, don't let them get you upset. This is what they do. They say it every time they open their mouths and their ignorance falls out.
All over
Okay.
the place.
It
It's on the
does.
floor.
They do.
I mean,
You have to
thank
get a
God
broom.
for Jamie Raskin. Jamie Raskin is my
Oh
freaking
man,
hero.
yeah, I like that guy.
He has
Go
turned
ahead.
everything back on them. He's turned them and embarrassed them and said, yes, thank you very much for that lead. We will follow up on that, which basically involves Trump being a fucking arsehole. They are cutting their own throats.
Dare you say?
But there you go. I'm so
Dare
upset
you
about.
say.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Garland. I think he could have done things quicker. Due to his slowness,
man.
there has been time for Trump to create more division, time for Trump to create a strategy, and all that crap. But the fact is, he's still a capable man and is an honest man, in my opinion. But he's just slow.
I am trying. Y'all know me. I've said it before. I am trying to give that man every opportunity. I have faith in him when he was appointed. I said, "Here we go. Let's get after it." It's taking a little, but it's coming to that time where something's got to give. We have to have this year. All this freaking dog and pony show that we're going through with the Republicans has to be done this year. We can't wait till next year to be going and charging anybody.
But this is why they're doing it. This is why
Yeah.
they're doing it. They're only wasting time. It's a major fucking distraction. We're talking about Ted Cruz's dumbass again.
Yes,
Like he
there we
got-
go.
Okay.
I
and,
have this.
And you know,
Yeah.
the point is
Anytime.
that Trump needs to go to fucking jail. Period.
Anytime we're throwing Ted Cruz in conversation, it's
The
really
whole
fucked up.
world agrees with you, Bernadette. The
Yes,
whole world agrees
everybody
with you.
agrees with
that
you.
Trump needs to
Because
be dealt
we're
with
all witnesses.
and shown the future leaders of your country don't fuck with us. Be honest. And, you know, but otherwise, if Trump's not held accountable, you're going to have more crooked leaders.
If Trump
Obviously.
is not
It's
charged,
either that, or it's talk about. Let's talk about Biden's accomplishments, and they certainly don't want to do that.
No, they don't.
No, they
No, they want to talk about Hunter Biden and
wife keeps looking for a lighter.
Joe Biden, who died in war for America.
No,
Died because of the
low
war.
lives. They're low lives.
Yep.
I mean, they
They
will go
attacked
under
him.
the dirt to dig up shit. Okay, how about digging up that fucking golf course over in
yeah, let's
They
dig.
did.
Let's,
They
let's
found
dig,
some.
dig up
They have
Ivanka's
found
grave.
some.
Is it Ivanka? Yeah, it's
They
Ivanka.
did find some at the graveside, apparently.
Hey,
So
let me get
it's
something out
you-
of my mouth before I forget it, and I will. Let's go right back to digging the hole for Donny Boy. But I wanted to thank somebody who made a donation that did not come through on the last show. I was so appreciative. I want to thank Miss Jean, who's down in the audience right now, who came in at the end of the show last Tuesday with a $50 donation. So, wow, that's a big one. So, Miss Jean, thank you, darling. I appreciate that very much. There she is down there.
Hey, we got some hands in the room.
What's that?
We got some hands and some voices in the room.
I see
I
that.
would love to be heard.
That's
Miss Jean is in the room.
I think our topics have excited some people and why they want to talk about it.
everybody wants to jump in when we're talking about beating Donnie, and I have a new hammer. Everybody wants to jump on that bandwagon. Everybody wants to kick him. We all want to kick him.
Did you see Netanyahu's wife getting cornered
No.
by the crowd?
No, I did
Who
not.
was that again, Dave?
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
his
the
wife
guy.
got cornered. Hey, why is the rest of the world waking up and saying to these dishonest politicians, "What the fuck?" And America's
Seems
going
to be
the
a
other
common
way.
theme in our country nowadays, huh? Those words, what the fuck, seem to be coming up all over the place nowadays. Where's Miss Linda, are you in here?
I am.
And Miss Jean?
Yeah.
All right, we're getting the whole crew in here now. Wait a minute, who am I
Linda
missing?
Gallup's in there too.
Oh, Linda. Linda.
The other Linda.
The other Linda. Linda Gallup.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Yeah.
baby. We got the whole room, I
All
think.
right.
Just everybody jump in, but try not to walk on each other. That's the best we can do around here. Just try to be
Well,
mindful.
John,
you better
I've
write a
decided
little
that
list.
Republicans have one PR stand right now, and it's "Look at us, we're victims. Everybody's picking on us. They've been
Yeah,
picking on
yeah.
us for 4
Yeah,
or
we're
5
not
years."
picking enough. It's our problem.
Meanwhile, Florida is the hellhole of the U.S. I'm sorry.
Linda, did
I
anybody
thought
has
you were going
lived
to talk
there.
about news here.
I'm sorry.
This
Mr.
This is
Mr.
not
Chip,
news. The sad
Mr.
thing
Chip,
is,
did-
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, John.
No, I'm sorry, DJ. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it was in the news today that Florida, there's a state, I don't know if he's a senator or assemblyman, who is put forth a bill to basically use a sort of a loophole to ban the Democratic Party in the state of Florida.
Oh, I
Yep,
saw
there's
that.
one.
I saw that. Are you shitting me?
So,
Really?
Yes, and did you hear the reason why they said that? Because the Democratic Party was against the Union during the Civil War. They're taking
Yeah.
it all the way back there when they were the Democratic Party.
That's
When
their
the roles
loophole.
were reversed
Yes.
back then,
Yes,
and the Democratic
not
Party was
logical.
convenient.
Yeah.
But if we don't teach history in this country,
Who
then
would
nobody
know?
will ever fucking
Who
know
would-
that
who would
shit.
know?
History will repeat itself if you don't
guys,
teach
okay?
it.
That's
If you
that's,
don't teach it and learn it, it'll
you
repeat,
repeat
guys.
it over and over and over.
but this guy is not
And we
being
do.
logical because now the Republican
doesn't
Party,
have
the
to be
MAGAs are the
logical.
ones rocking around with the Confederate flag, the Tennessee battle
Who's-
flag. Aren't they now the pro-Civil War guys, the party too? But you ban Democrats, you got to ban Republicans.
They are white
Logic and
nationalists.
Republican
That's
don't go together in the same
God,
sentence.
no, it's
Not
a
at
damn
all.
shame, huh?
No.
Jeez.
And the Republican Party, as it is now, has turned in, it has morphed into something that is reminiscent of the old Democratic Party during pre-Civil War. Sure,
Yeah, it's called white nationalism.
white nationalism is what it's called, and it just changed.
Or
you know,
Nazism.
it's the same thing, isn't it?
Mm,
Isn't it? Even, except Nazism goes a step or two farther, doesn't it?
Well, they're,
Yeah.
they're
Well, they're
willing to
heading that
go.
way.
Not really.
They're heading there.
Not
Nazi
really.
land.
There's
No, John,
I-
you know, with all the shit that they're trying to prove with voter suppression everywhere, with the repealing of women's rights in this country, you know, this misogynistic mindset of the white Republican man is just trying to infiltrate the whole entire country, and you know, to hell with it. To hell with this country and democracy and everything that this country has stood for.
struggled for it. And still, we point to our Constitution, and it tells you right there, we the people. We the people. That's who the
This is
power.
our Constitution, the ERA.
The same
They're
Constitution
willing to
that
pick it apart
their
piece by piece,
This
except
leader
what benefits
said we
them.
should get rid of. Remember that? He said we
Yes.
should get rid of the Constitution, and that
They
they
did.
still stand behind this lying, thieving, cheating,
If
treacherous
they could get
traitor.
rid of it and make it sound patriotic, they would. The Republicans.
I
You
have a
bet your ass.
question. I have a question
What,
about
DJ?
these constitutional counties and states. What does all that mean? Are they for the Constitution the way you and I would be? Or are they for the Constitution the way the MAGAs would be? Because we now have a county in southern Missouri that has voted as a constitutional county, meaning that they will arrest anyone who does anything that's against the Constitution or the Bill of Rights.
That's MAGA-ish.
Yeah,
What is
that's
that, Maggie?
maggot from the word go.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
That's like constitutional carry. I have a constitutional right
Right.
to carry a gun.
That's
The
right.
Constitution does not say that you have a right to carry a gun.
It says you have a
DeSantis
right
is
to own one.
constitutionalist.
They say constitutional right as if you don't have to register it, you don't have to have a permit
Yep.
to carry, you don't have to have
Open
anything.
carry
Open
down
carry.
here in Texas,
Open
baby.
carry
And in
and
a lot of other
shoot
places.
whoever the fuck you want.
Yep, open
That's
carry.
pretty much what they're trying to do here in Missouri.
You want to
That's
strap a 6-shooter
constitutional
onto
carry.
your hip and walk around? This thing, no law says you can, baby.
And the best thing that I
Think of
could
that.
say is the Constitution is really not that hard to read, and the amendments to it are not that long either. Just read it.
Can I
You
put
allow
a
this
point on
Republican Party
Can
to
I
keep
put
going in the direction that they're
point-
going. We're going to full-blown fascism. We
A
will,
point of this is
Uh.
that God gave you a hand. That hand makes a fist, but it does not give you the right to go around punching people in the face, and it is illegal to punch people in the face. God did not give you an AR-15.
That's why they gave
You
you
go
ammunition.
buy one and start
Ozzy,
sleeping.
one step further. If you do, there are consequences that you have to deal with
There
for
you go.
punching
Correct.
somebody in the face.
You have a free right to do anything you want to do, but there are consequences for your actions or what you say. Which you,
As Mr. Rittenhouse will find out very shortly with this
Well, I sure
wrongful
hope so.
death suit.
I sure hope so, because he
I
should
hope
be
so.
held
Not like they
responsible.
don't get any money out of him.
And if it means holding him financially responsible, okay.
that'll
You
work.
took someone's life,
That'll work.
more than one.
Oh,
Yeah, but
look
basically,
at
know-
there.
let them escape it.
Something else that come up that might annoy you guys, or you may know about it or you may not, but McCarthy apparently has given copies of the J6 tapes to the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers.
They're
Yes.
attorneys. They're attorneys.
Yes.
Same thing.
Same thing,
They'll
yeah.
still get.
With the action that he's taken them to Tucker Carlson and now the lawyers for the Proud Boys and all the other insurrectionists, where do you think Kevin McCarthy's going with this? Again, reminding you that Donald Trump is not trying to win an election. He's trying to raise an army.
Do you know
That's
who's suing for this?
Senate, John.
who's suing? Who's suing who?
Mike Lindell, the pillow guy,
Oh,
is
yes.
suing because he thinks that it should be given to all news outlets.
Yeah, he's pissed off because he ain't
And
got his
him.
copy.
Oh, we could give him
And
That's right.
he's
He
a
didn't
news.
get one.
He's a reliable news source. I'm asking.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm not going to let
He
this
calls
slip by me
himself a
real quick
reporter.
because it's in my head. John and Carolyn Majesco, call me. I lost your number. I called like, I don't know, 5 wrong numbers today because I didn't put the name on there. So I didn't know what phone number it was. So I got going down my phone hitting numbers that I missed calls from. None of them were the right one. So anyway, I know she heard me. So there you go. As a matter of fact, you could call my phone right now because it's not in here and it will be sitting right out there on the table and it will say missed call. No. There you go. Thank you for doing that. Because John called me and left a message. And then I went scrambling for the phone number and then I was going down the list of the phone for the last. Anyway, I just now.
Remember.
What?
Sorry. No, I thought you'd finished, John. That's all.
No, I
was
did.
gonna say-
I was just going to comment because I lost my train of thought for what's in front of me, and I had been
Well,
watching
maybe
this.
if I give you a chance to get your train of thought back, we can talk about that guy that everyone used to know called Herschel Walker and his rip-off for $600,000 that has been discovered by the FCC or whatever they
What
are.
do you say?
Apparently, he charged or put in cash receipts or receipts for or bills for $600,000 plus worth of private jet travel to a company that turns out to be a car wash that is now defunct, and the owner of that car wash owns a company called called Jets Private or Jets Industry, but has one jet only, and it's Epstein's jet.
Sir, are you suggesting in any way that the Republican Party would put forth a candidate untrustworthy, who would be a shyster, who would be trying to steal or manipulate money, finances, or even the truth? They surely would not put up a man who would lie outright in front of God and everybody about
and why
everything.
does it always loop back to Jeffrey Epstein?
Yep, all look back to Jeff
it
Epstein
used
and
to
his
be.
jet.
Did Jeffrey
He was,
Epstein-
you were paying for him to jump on the sex jet.
I was trying to think of who's the guy. Shit. My mind is a sieve nowadays. I want y'all to know that. John has not been on his game. Well, I'm on my game, but it's
Give
not.
us a
but
clue, John.
just
We'll
not
help
with
ya.
the shit that we're talking. Anyway, Michael
How many
Johnson just
letters?
came in the room with $3 and said, "Justice matters. Now I can have a beer. Fuck Trump and fuck Abbott." There you go. Michael, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that tremendously. Tremendously. Thank you.
Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes. I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to say that the ERA, Union Amendment to the Constitution, has had its 38th ratification.
38 states have ratified.
Yeah, so it's going to become a law.
I'm having trouble hearing you, Miss Linda.
You're breaking up a little bit, Linda.
The
I-
ERA has passed the 38th ratification.
Oh, the Equal Rights Amendment.
Yes, finally.
Yes. Yeah, think about that. Yeah, 38. We got to 38.
Big thing.
Shit.
I've been
All
working
right.
on it since, what, 1977?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's thank goodness we got to 38, but really? Really? The Equal Rights Amendment. Equal rights.
Well, the Republican argument will be, yeah, but that was so long ago it expired. So
It's
it doesn't
expired. We
count.
need to update it, and we'll have to keep updating it forever.
It
No,
wasn't within the time span of
ratification of
ratifying.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Boy,
Well,
that shit.
Because
So-
they have a certain amount of time to ratify it, and they'll say it's way beyond that time.
It's beyond that time span.
It's been
Boy, that is
extended.
shit.
I got a
Yeah.
little joke for the audience. If you want to have a little giggle, I don't have to giggle. I don't want to insult anyone. But what does APB stand for? with the
APB,
police?
All
Yeah.
Points Bulletin. Look out for it.
No, it doesn't.
What
no,
it does. That's what I was taught.
Always pull
But-
over blacks.
Uh,
Always pull over blacks.
Always pull over blacks is roughly about the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds apropos for.
And that come from a police officer that was retired and said that's some of
I'm
the
sure it was
slogan and
probably
stuff
in it.
that they
I'm
use.
sure it was whispered amongst the
Yeah,
yeah.
police for
I'm
years
sure they
and
have
years.
lots of those.
Sure.
They
And
got-
we've
they
seen a
got
lot of
lots
video evidence of that. You know.
There's
Yeah.
also another Republican politician apparently who's got $100 bill tattooed on his penis. And he was asked,
Dave,
"Why the
where are
fuck
you
did
getting your news, son? I'm really interested here. Who has
And,
what
you know,
tattooed on their picker?
You're reading the National
well,
Enquirer or what?
What? Hey,
Well, he was asked, why the fuck did you do something stupid like that? And he said, well, look, I like to watch my money grow.
yeah.
I like to play with my,
Oh,
I like to play with my money every now and then. I like the way money feels in my hands.
Somebody give me a ruler. We got to whack him.
Instead,
Does he-
instead of going shopping and blowing 100, I can stay home and blow 100.
I was gonna say he could piss away all his money
That's
too.
impressive.
That's quite an accomplishment,
Put a warning on this show,
encompassing
John.
all of that.
Wow. Okay. Somebody had
And
aspirations.
that
That's
was
what
from
I can say, but
that's
you know
Newsmax
what?
information.
Just walking right down the
It's gotta
street. I
be
got
awfully
$100 for you,
painful to
baby.
do.
I don't
Oh,
know, but
shit.
it seems like it would be awfully painful to do. I got a couple of cats. I know
Yeah.
they hurt. Okay, where I put them.
See, that's
You say, to
here's.
your, say to your wife, "You want $100, darling? Put your hand in my pocket."
I don't want to get personal
Okay.
around the house here, but I told y'all
Okay, you
before,
do.
Rose. Oh, let me tell you a couple of stories. One, she has her tattoo gear and all that stuff and some artificial skin, and she is practicing, and she's quite an artist anyway, and it's coming along real good. And I looked at Travis the other day, and I told him, I said, "You do know who the first victim is going to be, don't you?" He said, "Yeah, it's going to be me." I said, "Yeah," and I said, "I'll tell you, because." They're going to start small. He wants a wedding band around his finger, tattooed on there, and both of them. And I told
I
him, I
think
said,
that would be hard.
"Oh, it's going to be painful as shit. The top of your hand like that on your knuckle.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't much meat there. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt." Anyway, we have got in the mail all the way from Poland the elusive hurdy-gurdy. It showed up, and Rose got it, and I'm telling you, what an instrument this thing is. It is really something you're gonna have to master this thing. But
It's an
that an
organ
actual
guitar. It's an
hurdy-gurdy?
organ, guitar, and drum, isn't it? Like an organ, guitar, and drum combined.
no,
Not really a drum. No.
it's a hand crank, and you got to look at the crank as a bow on a violin. Okay, it's a constant like.
Okay.
Okay, that's what's going across the strings. There
Right.
are two strings that are static strings. You can see them on the outside of the instrument. Those are going to play a certain key all the time. And then there are 5 strings like a violin would have in the center. Now, you don't touch any of these strings. They go down this key, the neck. And then there are keys that you push, and it pushes a rod up against the string, changing the pitch. And so you play it like a keyboard in a crank, but it sounds like a string instrument.
Do you have to tune it?
Okay.
Yes, you have to tune it. It's amazing. I told her immediately, just pick out your costume for the local Renaissance Festival, because that's where that instrument needs to be played. It's an early instrument. It's one of the first string instruments there was a hurdy-gurdy. And you turn the crank. You constantly turn the crank. And if you turn directions, just like turning the direction on a violin, if you're going this way and then turn the string back, you're going to get a different sound. And the same way going back and forth. And yeah, it's really a cool. I got distracted. See, it's like squirrel. Yes, it's a very. If you have not look it up on Google right now.
Yep.
Hurdy-gurdy. It is.
I have seen them.
It is an amazing instrument. I'd never seen anything like it before, and it doesn't sound. I swear, I keep telling Rose, I can hear the string instrument, but I also hear in my mind, I'm hearing a bagpipe too. Because the
That's
keys.
the drone, the strings that drone.
The drone sound, right. Exactly. That's what we was talking about, because a bagpipe does the same thing. There will be a certain sound in the background all the time. Well, that's the drone springs. And, yeah, if you take a look at it, it's a weird-looking instrument, but it's one of the first ones ever developed, ever came up with. And before I forget, I just saw a squirrel go by. Hey, Joe Garcia! Nice ride, buddy. Nice ride. I saw the picture. I tried to call you today, by the way. It went voicemail. Joe got a new vehicle. His good old reliable truck died, so it was resurrected in the shape of a Jeep.
Did you buy a new car or a used new car?
I don't know. It's badass looking. It's a Jeep. Yeah, he could head across the outback in it. Forage through
Excellent.
rivers, wherever, mountains, swamp.
It's a real greenhouse car, is it?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Has it got a thumping V8?
I don't think so.
Uses 2 miles a
I
gallon.
don't know what kind of engine it is. It's badass looking though. It's
Is it
really a
that
nice
Jeep
looking
truck?
Jeep.
But did you
Is it the
see
It's got them
Biden,
tires that stick out and shit, the fenders, and yeah.
Biden putting in all those charging stations throughout America and encouraging electric vehicles being driven? And the oil companies are spitting on him because he's going to spend $150 million in the next year putting
just
charging stations in throughout America, then build on that.
We
and
have to.
The new stations, you can charge your car, you can park, plug it in, have a cup of coffee, a donut, come out.
You're
35 minutes they say, but 45 minutes guaranteed, fully charged, and another 500 miles you can travel. That is the future of the world, not oil and fucking gas.
Dave,
It seems to be
in
the future,
Michigan,
Dave.
in the parking garages in downtown Detroit, each one has 200 or 300 charging stations now.
Beautiful.
In the garage.
It
in
has
the
to be.
garages.
It has to be built within our infrastructure to go in
Well,
that
you put
direction,
it
and we
there,
already
people
are.
will
You're seeing
use it.
advertisements all the time that that the auto industry is heading towards all electric. That's where
If
we're
you
going.
buy
Yeah,
a Ford,
yeah, more
they
more
give
and
you a
more
free
are coming out
charger.
saying that's where they're going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ford
And,
will
Because
come
and,
now
but
down.
let's,
getting
you know,
the
this is a
mileage.
double-edged sword. You got to remember, and Michelle Bussain, just, I always say to be questions. Just noticed that Chrysler just laid off 1,200 people in the factory near Rockford, Belvedere. You do away with that gas engine, there's going to be a whole lot of jobs lost.
Yeah, it's going to open
It's-
up jobs in the electric motor
It's going
field,
to, yes,
John.
it will.
It'll
will.
close some doors
With
and
any
open
luck,
others.
there'll be some kind of transition that people can take training within the factories to transition from working on gasoline combustion engines to more electric engines.
Exactly.
You know,
You
in
know
a
what's
perfect
great
world, that would
about it?
happen. Do you think it's really gonna? Maybe in the
Well,
big companies.
You know what's great about electric cars, guys? They're a hell of a lot faster than gas cars. You can
They are
take
too.
any
They
kind of
are
electric
very
car,
quick.
and they will beat any gas car when you accelerate.
Yeah.
They'll beat them in a
Yeah.
0 to 60 like you couldn't believe.
Yep. New
But
pickup.
DJ, what's the
Yeah,
thing is
VW.
that now, instead of getting the old 200-mile range, they're getting 500 miles out of a charge now, which is what the people needed, just to get
Oh,
them
I'd
in.
love to have one.
And they've got a
Are you
15-minute
shitting me?
charge. They'll get you another 100 if
Oh,
you're on the
hell yeah.
road or something. And here's
You
the
want
thing.
one, John?
Yes, I'd love
Gas
one.
stations are now going to have
I know.
chargers for electric cars. They're
I'm
putting them
coming.
in at gas stations.
You know what happened to me today? I'm on the phone with Marcia, and I'm on my way from town doing all the shit I had to do. I'm calling Marcia to let her know I'm on my way home, and I had just gotten far enough out of town that I had just lit a clove cigarette, and going home, and I'm talking to honey, and all of a sudden I see in my side mirror, I'm in the slow lane. There's a sheriff's department right out there in the fast lane. Nobody in front of him for miles. Can't see nobody up ahead, and he gets behind me. So
Right.
I'm just keeping everything low key, just driving. I ain't got nothing to fear, and then there's this truck all of a sudden up in front of me going slow with the blinkers on, flashers. I said, oh shit, when I get over in the fast lane, I'm doing about 69, 70, which is the speed limit. And I passed the vehicle and just a little ways up, turned my blinker back on, fade right over to the right-hand lane again. And he does the same thing. And I'm on the phone with Marcia going, oh shit, I don't know what he's doing. He's right behind me. I ain't got no wants or warrants on my vehicle or nothing. I'm doing the speed limit. My tag's good. Everything's good. And I didn't like that thing. I let it way before. Anyway. And then about, 2 miles before my turn, he finally gets over in the left lane and passes me.
He was playing with you.
Yeah, he was.
Well, they just like to make you sweat.
That's what it was. I'm thinking, what are you doing, asshole? Yeah,
But some of it is just he's back there just
on with
driving,
your life.
and you're the one doing all the
Mess
sweating.
with me.
Just trying to make sure that you're being a safe driver, John.
And I
Yeah.
was. I always am. No tickets, no accidents, no shit. Except for a
Hey,
deer that hit me.
I got
That's
a
it.
question.
Huh?
Did anybody see what Eli Lilly did yesterday?
About with the
Yeah.
insulin prices?
Yes.
Ain't that some
yes.
kicking
The
up?
gas
Yeah.
is at $35.
Good
And
on
that
them.
I
was
heard that. That
that
was
was
great news.
awesome freaking news
Yeah.
for people in this country that have diabetes and just been paying
That's a
too much.
necessity in their life.
Now you
This
watch.
this
You
was the
watch.
challenge that Biden put out at the State of the Union,
He did
and
too.
they
is.
came
Yes.
through for him.
It
You
is.
watch now.
Because the
People now will
Republicans wouldn't
spend
do
more
it.
money.
They decided to do it.
They've freed up cash.
Yeah, James
Yes,
Price
they
has a
did.
good question. How come it took so long? Money.
It doesn't matter.
Money.
The thing is that it got
But
done.
it
and we
got
saw
done.
It happen.
And I was.
And it got done under
yeah.
Biden's
It
administration.
happened though
Trump,
after
Trump didn't give a fuck about anybody spending their money
after
on,
Medicare
on,
came out and said they're
insulin.
lowering the cost for seniors to $35, capping it right there. And now
Yep.
all of a sudden private industry is going to follow along. Yes, good, hallelujah for Joe Biden for doing that. Because that's what prompted this. And I am sure the rest of them, they got no choice. Because this is brand specific. Not everybody takes the Eli Lilly. So,
Right, they're all going to be kicking themselves because they're first,
yes.
Well,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Pfizer
Well,
is a
this
St.
is
Louis
what they
company,
do.
and
It's like
St.
Marjorie
Louis.
Taylor Greene turned around and said in Congress that in 2020 they got 2,000 body kilos of fentanyl taken off the streets through the border on the border.
I
And
saw
when
that,
Biden
yeah.
came into power, all of a sudden that doubled. There's more been taken. So she's blaming Biden for taking more drugs off the border, away from
That's
the border.
commercial for the
She's
Democrats.
blaming him for doing a better job than Trump. What the fuck?
Hey, couldn't ask for a better commercial
Yeah,
for
really.
Biden.
Really.
True.
Let me send out a
True.
couple of thank yous to Timothy Silva Jr., who just came in with a $20 donation and said, "Did you see the new proposal from Florida that would effectively get rid of the Democratic Party of Florida? It is getting worse down there, and it may spread to other states. We must continue to organize and defeat them." Oh, I like the way you talk, Timothy. Hell yes. We need to keep... I like to think that this show is one small part in that big cog of wheels, that we stay organized, we stay motivated, we know what we have to do. And let me thank Alan Roberts, all the way from Canada, who came in with $2. Thank you, Alan Roberts. I appreciate it tremendously, both of you. It's how we get the bills paid. I
Can I
kept going
broach
to
a
my...
very serious subject?
You know what a bad cycle is? Is when your internet goes off and you're thinking to yourself, you paid the bill, right? And you go, shit, yeah, I paid the bill. I think I paid the bill. Didn't you pay the bill? I think I paid the bill. Where you go to look, and you can't look. Guess why? Because the internet's off. And I can't go to my bill to check. So I went on my phone, and I did. I had already paid the bill. So it was just, I got to call the company because this is just getting ridiculous. Every day we can count on our internet going out. Every day. It will go out again this evening. It will go out again this evening, and it may
Are
stay
they run
off.
by
For,
PG&E?
yeah, it might be a subsidiary, maybe. It's like
I
I,
didn't know they
swear.
had an internet service.
Every time I start the show here
Apparently
lately,
they
I'm
don't,
thankful if
Bernadette.
we make it all the way through because I lost it. Y'all see me lose you in the Discord room right before the show. I had a
I
big
missed
thing
that
show up
part.
on my laptop. It said, "Oops, something went wrong." That means I lost internet. Well, shit. And this is like 2 minutes before. Anyway.
Hey, John, did you see those couple of
This
super
is a
chats
good
that
pipe.
came in?
Huh? Did I see what?
Did you see those super chats that came in?
Yeah, I think he
I
called.
just called out Timothy Silva Jr. and Alan Roberts.
Yes, okay, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you very much.
Can I breach a serious subject to
Oh,
do
shit.
with your judiciary system? And no, this is serious. This
Okay.
is actually something that's very concerning that you should be concerned about. You may have heard of this guy's name by the name of Leonard Leo. Do you know who he is?
No, but the
Leonard
name
Leo.
rings a
Yes.
bell.
Yeah,
Leonard
Leonard
Leo.
Leo.
Somebody remind
Leonard
me who
Leo
he
is the guy who put up the $1.6 billion to the
Yes.
Republican, donated that to the Republican Party.
Well,
Um,
from a non-profit
And-
organization
and he
to
is-
a for-profit.
Yes.
he is also the guy who has literally set
Or
the
judges.
Supreme Court judges.
Yeah. He's the guy
Yeah.
running around for Trump. Trump appointed him to run around, find appropriate judges throughout the country that are Trump lovers, get them nominated and appointed. He's paid for this. He's normal 150 grand a year, whatever. But he lived in a modest home in a modest neighbourhood, and within 2 years he owned 2 mansions and had $43 million in the bank.
Yeah, he's become rich for
And he was transferring
selecting
that
judges.
1.6, that 1.6 you mentioned. Yes, that
Mhm.
was paid into a non-profit organisation, and they transferred it straight into a profit organisation who was
Yeah, I
shelling out
remember
the
that now.
money. Well, that's been
They're
mentioned in the FCC
LLCs
this
and,
week.
you know, this is how Trump operates, you know, through LLCs and all the rest of that. And
Yeah,
you just
this
keep
is-
moving
this
on
is
money
bad.
around until it can't be found no more.
What he's saying here is, what I'm saying is, your judiciary system is so tainted that it can't even fix itself by the law.
Hey, Ozzy, tell us something we don't know.
Breaking news
But
or something.
that's a bad new thing to happen to your judiciary system, to have it corrupted and bought. You've got to sack all those judges, guys. You've got to get rid of them. Or
We're
It's damn
trying,
near
Dave, we're
impossible to get
trying.
rid of the judges,
Yeah,
especially
it's
the
difficult.
Supreme Court judges. But
There's the problem.
it's really difficult to get a judge off the bench. They
It
have
is.
to be impeached, and with the current state of politics in this country, that's
Ain't
not
gonna
going to
happen.
be
Not gonna
possible.
That's not going to happen.
And just
No.
sack courts.
But
I-
Adam Schiff
But-
came out and has put forth a bill to increase the Supreme Court.
There you go, baby.
That's not going to pass.
It
right
may
now.
not pass, but it's the first knock on
It
the
may
door.
not pass,
That's
but
the way to
it's
go.
the first time anybody has put forth a bill to do it.
Yep, it's the
That's
first
true.
knock on the door, baby. Let's get after it.
yeah, it'll get support.
That's to
as
me.
well.
That's our only hope right now. We
I
are
agree.
locked in a 6-3 court right now. You see anything changing in the next? I don't know, 20 years.
Years.
Send
No.
3 or 4 judges to Las Vegas and see if they have heart attacks.
I was gonna say, unless
No,
there's a bolt of
we have-
lightning.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a federal judge right here in John's state, of course, you know, because the shit really does come out of Texas.
It
Okay.
does. I'm sorry.
And this
Apologize.
asshole wants to do away with the pill
Yes.
for abortion.
Nationally,
That
nationally,
will
there's
create
one
a
judge in Texas.
nationwide ban on
Yeah.
abortion in this country. Should he be able to do that shit?
No, hell no.
Nope, but he's got the Christian Coalition behind him. I got his phone number and the whole 9 yards. Oh yeah, I was pissed the other night when I saw it. Pull up his phone.
Yeah, the right wing starts in Texas and goes from there to CPAC because there's 3 Texans speaking at CPAC.
You take it over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the two then. And with Nikki
One
Haley,
of them briefly today.
the two will run together.
One of them is Ted Cruz.
Shut up.
Oh, I guess
Well,
they
they
don't,
didn't-
I'm thinking
they
of this
didn't
in
have
Tennessee.
No big names show up at CPAC. CPAC. I think Trump plans on taking his dead ass down there, but
Well,
whatever.
let him trot his ass down there.
Did you
Trump's
say
going
dead
in-
ass? Is that wishful thinking?
Oh God, I hate to see him with the trots. Okay, please no. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
howdy shit.
I'm sorry, but you put that mental image in my head. Okay, don't say that with me.
And you know what?
This
House
is
Girls
a
over
this
in
is a
Michigan
freaking family
today.
show.
I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if I ruined anybody's dinner. Because that happens
Right
quite
here.
frequently
Hold on,
over
I'm trying to
Robin's
catch
show.
my gut.
Yeah, put some croton oil in this food. That's what we used to put in watermelons for the kids who stole them.
Okay.
DJ, I'm
Croton oil.
enjoying this pipe, by the way. I'm enjoying this pipe.
Yeah,
right now.
you're
Beautiful.
welcome.
Ain't nothing like a new
Absolutely
pipe, baby.
beautiful.
Everything comes through real clear.
How
I didn't know
froze
if you'd
over
have
in
to break
Michigan
it
today,
in.
John?
Heard that
Here's
far.
the-
What happened?
The shit that I have heard come out of the CPAC so far has been absolute garbage, and it amazes me
Hey,
that these fuckers haven't learned that when you get in front of a microphone like that, your ass could be held
well,
in
baby,
court.
you have to look at
As
the overall
Fox
scheme
News.
of garbage in, garbage out.
Yes.
That's what you
Yeah.
got there.
But
We-
that's all that it takes, John,
yes.
for their
Oh, baby, it
their,
doesn't take much to rally the troops on that
constituents-
side.
exactly, and to get them fired
And-
up and gaslit and all the rest
And
of it.
have you seen how patriotically
So-called
they do it?
names, all they have to do is just say it.
Yeah.
And then it's out there in the ethers, and this shit gets repeated over and over
And
and
then
over
it
again,
grows like
whether
a
it's the
mushroom
truth or
and
not.
grows and shit.
Exactly.
You know, that's exactly what it
Well,
is.
stop saying things like mushrooms, okay?
Hey, I know it gives
Jesus Christ,
mushrooms
my
a bad name.
brain
I
is
like
like,
mushrooms. I do.
yeah,
I do.
it's all grossed out right now,
Hey,
okay?
let me let me see if I can make that move right there, because it's a good time. Because I just saw a message come by on the chat here a while ago, and it said something, and I went, oh, well, I ought to remember to do that, and I ought to. Wrong button. Wait a minute.
Keep it doing, John.
Oh, there it is, right there, right there. That's my address, and no longer, no. Wait a minute. No longer will I be saddened. A day or two farther, and there is hope on the horizon. Alas, in the last messages from the front, I saw a message is on the way. No longer will I have to face an empty post office every day, sticking the key and turning it to the right pulley up, only to be heartbroken. I have received a message from the front lines. That mail is on the way. So thank you, and stay tuned.
Don't please sit in this, man. At least a postcard, okay?
Oh dear.
James. James Price just said in a message a little while ago, look for your post, look in your box. All right. I got a reason to go to the post. Anyway, old Bat with Two Cats just came in with a $20 donation and said, if the state forces you to have a baby, can you sue the state for child support? I believe you can.
No, once you have that baby, you are on your own, darling.
Not the red state. They don't have any of that shit.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like everything
You have
else
a
on that.
damn
On that,
baby.
once
You
that
pay
baby
for it.
takes a breath, oh no, it's all on your ass
But
now.
perhaps you could sue them
Yeah, you
for
should have planned for that.
indentured
You can't be
servitude,
just walking around here spitting out babies. Are you shitting me? You should have planned for that.
you know.
Help. We can't give you help. Abortion, you better
The only
not.
people that can't
That's
afford
God's
babies,
child.
the only people that can't afford babies, guys, I'm happy to say this, are the people in the red states, because they live off the government nipple.
Red states
constantly,
are
and
more of a tax on our
they
federal
can't afford
dollar.
kids.
Yeah. Then the blue states
But they
donate
want a
more
divorce,
to
and I think
Yeah.
that we should give them to them because then they would just be financially destitute.
the. How about
I
we just
agree
cut
too.
them off the child support anyway? You know, they're spoiled little
Why don't
brats.
you say to them, look, we'll do a 12-month trial, you run your lives, and we'll run our lives, and we'll have a meeting in 12 months to see how you're going.
Yeah, we'd all.
Good luck.
Yeah, by that our whole system, our whole country would be in street battles, battling one neighbor against another neighbor and all that shit because they think it's just. You know, that's I don't know where they want to go with this shit, but it's not a you know, when you look at who the players are and the rhetoric that comes out of their mouth, I'm serious. I don't think that Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to win the election. No, she wants to be one of the generals. You know.
She wants to be a VP.
Yeah. Well, she wants to be vice president or president of the new free state of America or whatever the bullshit name they want to come up with. You know, for the red states.
Yeah.
The
You know,
real America or something. You know, it'll be catchy. And it'll incorporate
Just
a flag and an eagle and all that other stuff too.
Change the pace for a second, guys. Did you see CNN reporting on the Ukraine war and the Russian soldiers being interviewed saying, help us, you know, Putin's not supplying us. And I heard this comment, the soldier says, we've been replenished six times we've been replenished. I thought, they're getting food supplies 6 times in a year. But no, replenish, he means 500 troops. Meaning they've lost 500 troops 6 times in 1 year. That's 3,000 men that have been killed in this stupid war. But the Russian people don't know about this. These soldiers had covered their faces. They were talking out of school. The Russian soldiers have just been thrown out there like lambs to the slaughter.
Yeah, and that includes the Wagner group. The mercenary group that they hired on, they're the ones that's complaining also. They're not getting resupplied. They're left out there hanging on the front. But they have no doubt, it's been a disaster on both sides. The Ukrainians have lost in an
But
amazing
that's only one.
amount of
That's
people.
only one part of the front, John.
Oh, I know
That's
it.
only one part of
Oh,
the
this
front.
is only the east. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Over in the east near Bakhmut right now is where most of the fighting is going on. They're trying to circle the town of Bakhmut completely. The Russians are, and it's not going too well. Oh, baby, if we
No.
go down that road, then I become. There's John's line. Yeah, I'm ready to give them anything they want.
Well, do you think you should be giving them F-16?
Yes.
That's the big question at the moment.
Yes. And I don't know
good-
why we are
good
not
job.
already training them. You can't just say, okay, here you go, jump up in the air and go, baby. You got to be training these things.
I think it's the cost. That's the only reason.
There ain't no cost. There's not a cost that is.
You lose a jet, that's
There's
$25 million, isn't it?
yes, there's the cost to a financial cost. Yes, planes ain't cheap, baby. Neither is the maintenance, neither the bullets or missiles they shoot them. All of that is expensive as shit.
We can
What's the
give
How
them-
much
cost? What's the
one of those,
cost of democracy?
How much is one of those shells for those jets? Probably $10 a shell, and it fires off 1,000 shells.
$10 a
So
shell?
one,
Oh, on machine gun fire.
probably,
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
Yeah. They
In
fire a
those
missile,
jets, they're
baby. We're
big
talking about
bastards.
lots of money. Lots of money. But
And
should
who
it be
makes
dependent
money out of
upon
that?
money? That's the
Well, this
question.
is what I can't work out. The people that build these jets, the war machine in America, you would think that they'd be saying to Biden, give them the jets, give them the jets, we can build more.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are, probably. Trying to pump their product.
And who would fly them?
But we got a lot of tanks that are sitting around doing nothing. We got to sell a lot of tanks. You know, let's go with the tanks and artillery. We got that coming out the wazoo everywhere. You know.
You got Abrams tanks in a field, and the MSNBC done a reporting on this. Not just America, by the way. In Europe, you have American tanks in warehouses, hundreds of them just sitting there collecting dust, and you're paying people to watch them rust. I don't know what's going on there, guys, but give them the
Sometimes you
tanks,
think
yeah,
to
John.
yourself, it's a perpetual machine. The place I worked for 16 years, the Corpus Christi Army Depot, we repair helicopters. All the way down, we tear it down, everything. The engine is torn down into little bitty pieces, the framework, everything on that bird is taken apart.
How many hours?
Thousands of hours. We're talking everything, every avionics, every weapon system, everything comes off that frame. And the wiring is checked. The engines are taken apart. Some parts have to be machined, or some parts have to be plated. Everything and it's all put back together. Put the engines back together, and it goes to the engine shop, the airframe shop, the hydraulic shop, the electric shop, all of that, and put that bird back together. Do you know where Corpus Christi is located? Right on the Gulf of Mexico.
Texas.
Yeah, what could go wrong with a lot of salt air? And I swear, you put a bird through all the way through, and you get it out on the line, flight test it, and then sits on the line out there waiting to go somewhere, and all of a sudden you got corrosion. You're already working on the fucker before you get it out of here. It's not a good place to
Michael
have
Johnson,
aircraft maintenance facilities really on a place that rust is a problem, corrosion.
Michael Johnson's wrote in the chat, aluminium tanks won't rust, but those old diesels might need to be fixed. No, I reckon those diesels will just fire up, mate, with fresh fuel. That's the beauty of a diesel.
Oh yeah, diesel will
Don't
keep
have
on
to-
running forever. The problem with a diesel is the worst thing you can do to a diesel engine is turn the damn thing off. It's not made to be off. It's made to run constantly.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, it's made to run
That's
all
a good
the time.
point.
Yeah, that's why a lot of everything in the oil field is run on a diesel engine. You run by
And ships.
it's because it has to run all the time. You have problems with it if you shut it off, and then it drains the oil down in the tanks and all that shit. And then when you go to start it up, bad things could happen. Anyway,
They
so
call
much
them
for
constant,
so
constant duty jet engines. That's what they're called.
constant duty. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Anyway, the news in front of me right there, what I was saying a little while ago, caught my eye, squirrel, because I have been watching this trial, is the fact that Alex Murdaugh was found guilty of murdering his wife and son. I was
Why is
afraid.
that trial
I
so
was
big?
afraid he was
Why
going
is
to
it
get
so
off.
big?
Huh?
Why is that trial so big? Over here,
Because
it's
he's
in the
wealthy.
news all the time, and
Because
we
he's
wonder
rich.
what the fuck.
Because he's rich, and there was a possibility. I was thinking, because all it would take would be one jerk. All he had to do is get to one guy and say, "Don't whatever you do, don't do it, don't do it," and he would have got off with it. I mean, you know, and I don't normally watch a trial like this. I don't. It's life I don't like looking at. But this guy is really smug, and it was staying in the news every time they turned around TV. He was on there. So yeah, I got interested in it, and I watched him testify, and you know, I just in my heart I thought, yeah, you did it. Look at the technology itself, where he was when things happened, and the fact that he lied, that he said he was not at the location of the murder, and there's videotape on his son's phone going, yep, you were there. You were there within minutes of their death. Where'd you go? But anyway, they found him guilty, and I'm glad. So, anybody else watch it? Anybody else see it?
I did, John.
Did
And
you?
I saw closing arguments today by
I missed the
defense.
closing arguments.
And let me tell you something. If that guy that was up there doing closing arguments for the defense was my attorney, yeah, he should have known he was going to get convicted because
Somebody
man
said he
said up there-
cried. Did he
his
boo?
attorney said, why would he kill his wife and his son? Yes, he lied. Yes, he stole his client's money. Yes, he stole his partner's money. Yes, he was a drug addict. Yes, he was about to get blown wide open with, everybody knowing about it. Yeah, yes,
Why
to
would
all these things that this man did, but why would he kill his wife?
Because
His
that's you could.
son.
I looked at him and could see, because that's the kind of scumbag you are. He's more
Yes.
interested in his image. This is not just him. This was his family's image from decades
Yes,
gone by.
this
They
is
hang
what his
pictures like,
daddy
oh, here's
did,
great grandpa
grandfather
so and so
did.
and all this bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
So his
And he was a paranoid fucking drug addict that stole money that was his wife and his son was finding out about his habit that he had for
Yep.
a long time.
There you go.
And and the paranoia alone from being outed.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't kill his wife and his son. You know what?
How did he
Lock
kill
that
him?
Bullshit.
motherfucker up.
Oh yeah, he did.
Okay.
How did they die?
They were both shot.
Gunshots?
Shot.
Okay.
One with a shotgun and one with a rifle.
A shotgun.
Yes.
Oh, what an awful death! But you don't
Yeah,
die straight
yeah,
away
yeah.
from shotgun blast.
No. Yeah, that makes a mess. Yeah.
That's hate. That's hate.
That
was a hate
that is,
killing.
yeah. Oh, the way they were shot and everything. It described it and everything where they were shot. Yeah. When you're going to a headshot, you're just making sure. You're making damn sure. You know, it really got me during the thing. Not only it was really the technology of his phone and his car is what really grabbed me. One that really stuck out is on his GPS in his car. They're showing him going down the damn road, and all of a sudden he slows down. He slows down real slow. Right at the spot where they find his wife's phone. And then he speeds up. So his car slowed down at the exact place where they found her phone, which was tossed out in the brush. What's up, bud?
Doesn't sound very
What's up?
intelligent, this man.
No.
Oh no, Ozzy, don't get that twisted. This man was a prosecutor.
Oh, yes.
Right, okay.
Knew,
He's a lawyer.
He knew the minute
As
he
a matter of
committed
fact-
these crimes that he needed to clean his shit up
He's the biggest lawyer in the county.
in the county.
The biggest law firm
You
in the
would
county.
think, though,
The whole fucking county has been his county for decades in his family. His
Yeah.
daddy was
Well,
a
you-
big
you would
lawyer in the
think he'd
town. Their
done-
grandpa.
Dump the evidence in the ocean where you would never be found, not on the fucking side of the road or whatever.
Well, they never did find the
Oh,
guns. They never did find the guns.
And that was another thing.
But
that
the
was
guns,
another thing.
they
never
proved
did find the guns.
the gun, the shotgun. One of the shotguns that I don't know about the rifle. One of the shotguns that may have been used is missing from his vast gun collection now. He's got a lot of guns. There's a lot of videos. There's all the guns right there, and what guns were
That's
being
no
shot.
surprise.
One of the shotguns that was just used, I think, was in, I want to say 30 days or maybe 60 days before the murders, was missing from the collection. It was a shotgun that everybody used, you know, boom, boom, boom.
So he didn't use
That gun is
man
missing.
stole
That gun is
millions.
missing.
Guns.
He stole millions of dollars from
Millions,
his clients,
millions.
from his law partners, from his
Oh,
friends,
you'd have to know the whole
friends
story.
who were dying, from his father. Yeah, the man stole all kind of money.
I think
and
he
his
pushed his-
family was coming to the point they were putting two and two together, especially
I
his
think
son.
he pushed the family maid, the housekeeper. I think he pushed her down the stairs, killed her, and then turned around and sued himself for liability for her death, and he kept the money. The family of the lady that died didn't get the money. He kept the money. Sound a
My
little
God.
fishy?
They owed him for having that. Oh yeah.
That
It's
sounds
sad.
like George Santos.
Shit.
Yes. Well, you know, liars, cheats, and thieves, buddy. And this guy, you could just throw in
But
murder.
his closing attorney is the one who sent him to jail because of that dude.
I didn't
I
get
mean,
to
if
see
that
that,
was
but
my
somebody
attorney,
he
I'd
said
have
he
fired him on the spot.
somebody said he cried. He almost cried during the
Yeah, he
during
cried.
Did he? Really? Please don't kill my
Yeah.
client. I'm sorry. I'm not a good attorney. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Let me throw this in while we finish kicking this guy around in the nuts. Hey, Maria Betancourt just sent in $5 and said Tennessee lawmaker asked for the hanging tree law to be reinstated. Well, hey, Maria, normally I would say no, but wait a minute. We're talking about this guy right here. You know, and you think to yourself,
Name is
yeah.
Representative Cheryl.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Maria Betancourt. I appreciate it tremendously, darling. Yes, they're asking for the hanging. What else? Firing squad, I think. Firing squad. Hey, you know, I'm sorry. If I had a way to, my picking, I would. I'd pick the firing squad. And I'd right before they put the mask on, I'd be telling them guys, you better fucking aim right for the heart, you assholes. Don't be sitting, oh, I missed him in the shoulder, shit.
He was just doing something that his feckless leader, fuck Trump, had said. You know, let's bring back public hangings.
Oh man, if
And let's
they'd
put 'em
bring
on
back the
TV.
guillotine if they thought the crowd would go nuts for it. Let's face that's what you know.
John,
Huh.
the point is, when you bring up public hangings in this fucking country, there's a history with that. Oh, that's
Yes,
right. We
there
don't
is,
teach
dear.
history anymore.
Yes, there is.
And, it
And
tends
what
to
crowd do
piss,
you think
I
they're
don't know,
talking
some
to?
Americans off a bit.
What crowd do you think they're
much,
talking to?
too much.
They would love it. They would if we brought back public hangings. I'm
I
sorry,
think
most
the
Republican
Rocket
people I know
crowd
would eat it up. They'd sell
is their
peanuts and
white
popcorn.
nationalist constituents. That's who
That's
they're
who it
talking
is.
to.
Yes.
But they're
Well-
talking about black people and brown
Hanging
people
is,
and people of color.
Hanging
And
is a horrible,
Strange.
disgusting way to go.
Strange.
They'd
very
have a
bad.
Union flag hanging in the back. That's what they'd have the battle
This is, you know,
flag of the
it's not that
Republic.
any of us are being paranoid about the right. No, this is what we see in them every damn day. Every day.
What they do.
You have to look
If
very
they're not
hard
going to
either.
stand up and for the ideals that this country is supposed to be building on, then what do we got? Want to stop people from voting? You want to bring back public hangings, or you know, it's in their vernacular. It's in their language. Everything.
You know, people when they're
They've gone
hung,
off
John,
the
they don't
fucking deep end.
necessarily dodge
You know what?
right away.
You know what, you guys?
Huh.
This is a very disturbing conversation for me since we just recently had a young black man hang himself
Very
in
cool.
my town.
Yep.
Okay. This
I
is
wanna
a
talk
very
about something
disturbing
else.
conversation to me. I'm not afraid of talking about it.
No,
Ozzy.
but it
In
is.
fact, I'll scream it to the top of my lungs.
I understand,
Okay?
love. I understand.
But-
I understand. But we've been on this
and
topic for
I'm not
quite a
gonna shy
while,
away
though.
from it
Yeah.
because we have to talk about these things in this country.
It's painful
This is
to
what
talk about it
they're
anytime.
talking about. This is what they're talking about. And is that what we really want to see again promoted
Mm-hmm.
in this town
Not
after
anybody
town.
listening
Not
to
the
this
real
show.
American.
As if
Not anybody
if-
here.
gun violence isn't enough. Okay? These
not-
Republicans have got to be stopped with their vitriol and the bullshit that falls out of their mouth every time they
I'm
open it.
right
up.
at this
And
point.
I'm all for
Right.
calling them out.
I'm concerned about the death penalty, but I'm not concerned so much with the death penalty in our judicial process, not in prison, not the method of an execution. I'm worried about the execution that we're seeing on the street before a judge is
Yeah.
involved.
Day.
That's
It'll start happening.
there.
It
At
will
the
start
hands of the
happening.
police, like the execution
At the
that we
end, yes.
saw just a couple
They
of
will
weeks ago.
get
Exactly.
Yeah.
shortly. If it
Mobs
keeps
of
going the way
people.
it's going, you'll have lynch mobs, ghost lynch mobs that come out and do a lynching and disappear. That's what's going to happen with the pushing of
let's
Marjorie
hope
Taylor
not.
Greene's
Well, we
bullshit
haven't
and
seen
Trump.
that before.
Let's
now,
hope
have
not.
we?
And at this point, I really don't think, not where I live, and I live in a red state, not down here on the coast. Are there places in our country where I could see that happening?
Well, they wanted to hang the VP.
But
They wanted to hang
they're
the
far and
VP.
few between, I think. And
Are you?
but how many people
was
do we
gonna-
have out there willing to go blow up your local power station? Oh, buddy, we got a lot of them idiots. You know,
Did you see the people harassing the Jewish people going to the synagogue? They were Nazis, and they were threatening them that they would come back and kill
No.
them. And then the
No, I'm
sheriff
glad I
in
didn't.
that county said he wouldn't allow this to happen in the county, and they threatened to put a
seen
bullet
that.
in the back of his head.
Yes, I seen that,
sheriff
DJ. Yep, I seen that story, and it was
you
amazing.
know, for the
But yet
Um,
they're the victims,
I,
right?
I
They're
like to
being
think that
targeted.
for the
They're
majority of us that we live in an area where you don't see shit like that every day, but there are areas in our country where it happens every day. Yeah.
Well,
a woman
can
just
I
got shot
say,
in our
what do you
county.
feel?
A
what
woman
do you
just got
feel
shot in our
about-
county at McDonald's because the person there didn't like the French fries, so she shot the woman through the window for the drive-up. This happened today.
Just today. Ain't
Just
that
today
some
in
shit that you
Jefferson
would get in a
County.
disagreement over
I would
fast
like to
food
think
and end up
myself
shooting
against
somebody.
McDonald's. What the hell do you expect?
Yeah. It's, you know,
What do you
what
guys
could
think
go
about
wrong
the
when everybody
FBI?
has a gun?
What do you guys think about the FBI not wanting, some of the people in the FBI not wanting to go into Mar-a-Lago because they thought it would upset the wrong people?
They're Trumpers. That's what I think. They're
Something,
MAGA.
They should be fired.
They exactly.
They don't
stood
need
out
to be
the-
working there anymore if they can't do
Yeah,
their
trust
They
job.
them.
go where they're told to go.
If you're basing what you do legally on what your political views are, then yeah, go out the door. But
You're in the wrong job.
Some
You're
of
in the
them
wrong
said,
job.
some of them said, let's ask Trump if we can go in
Ask
and have a
Trump.
look. Well, they've been asking Trump for
Right.
6 friggin' months or a year. You know, but that's
You know,
disgusting. They should be
simple
fired.
matter of a fact is that they had a right to get a subpoena, a search warrant, and they went in there as discreetly as they possibly could and
Exactly.
searched the shit. And the motherfucker still,
Scream.
I mean, just a couple days ago they found more documents.
Yeah.
He still has them.
So
At the
He has
gravesite.
obstructed justice.
Hey, but Biden
If it
had
was
documents.
you or
Biden
it
had
was
documents.
Me, we would be in jail. We would be in jail for it.
But they found documents at the gravesite. They didn't dig the grave up. They just found them around the gravesite in hidden spots. Now they'll have to dig the grave up. They've got to.
I haven't seen that one yet, but they found it near the grave
I will
site.
post it on chat later
Put
on
it,
for
yeah,
you
put that
guys.
in there. Hey, James,
I will put it on chat.
I didn't see you
Hey,
sneak
they
up
were
here,
no
buddy.
longer,
How you doing?
no longer.
Yeah, well, I'm just sitting here and soaking it all in.
Oh man, I seen your comment come by. Now I'm all excited for the next few days. I'm going to the post office. There's a chance there's going to be a key in the box.
Credits, John. BW says time for credits.
Is it? Jeez, and
That's
look
what
how
it does.
time flies. Man. All right, here's the lotto. See if John hits the right button. No,
Hey, Dave.
of course not. There's the violins. Button. There it is. There it is.
Dave,
Oh,
those
my button's
documents
back.
were near the grave because they were no longer classified because they were dead.
They were dead. So we're
Ah,
gonna classify-
funny
oh,
man.
dead file. Oh, look at that. Why, that's not
yeah,
good.
right. Okay.
Good one.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
so glad that we
okay.
had this show today. My day did not go well, but the show went great. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you
did
to
you
all
see
of you.
Trump's not paying?
What?
Trump stiffs the cops. Trump is stiffing the cops for the security of these rallies.
There's
He's not
nothing new
paying.
there.
Is
What
that
else?
surprising?
No.
Here's a shocker.
Maybe they ought to just
These were
not.
private.
Maybe
These were private deals he had with the police to be paid to
right
give him
to
security,
give him
and
security.
these two
He's got to
said,
pay for that.
get,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
get stuffed. I changed my
What
mind.
could be the problem pissing off the cops? With him, probably nothing.
Yeah.
That's the sad answer to that. Is they
Other
think,
side of the
"Ooh,
coin
he stiffed us
is
one
he
time."
tried to have Jimmy Kimmel shut down, but he didn't like what Jimmy Kimmel said. Who's
Oh, yeah, I heard about
who's
that.
out there saying that the Democrats are killing free speech? I mean, come on. He ran on free speech, Trump, and he's trying to kill off Jimmy Kimmel, and they actually
Well,
run Jimmy
the
Kimmel's
Republican
management. And
answer to that is when you say free speech, what do you mean by free?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did
their
There's
Jimmy
a
speech.
Kimmel do?
qualifier. There's a qualifier.
Jimmy Kimmel told us the truth, like the other guys do. They actually tell their audience and make it funny the facts. How stupid the Republican
Just
Party
about
are.
every night I watch Stephen Colbert. Just about every night. I don't watch
Yep,
the
he's
whole show
great at
because
it.
John's about to call it a night. I don't like to miss the cold opening and the monologue, and then he goes into something like, meanwhile, or the next segment. The guests, I'm usually falling asleep at that point. But I don't like missing him because, it's like getting commentary on the day's news and getting a good laugh at the same time.
He's great. I love Stephen Colbert.
I
His
love him.
monologue is
I've been watching him.
hilarious.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
get
John,
his
you
Trump voice.
you can catch all that on YouTube. He has all of his things on YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm old.
You know,
Turn on the
his
TV, Margaret.
reply,
It's like,
Jimmy Kimmel's reply to that, if you don't see Jimmy Kimmel's show, I think it was 2 shows ago, Jimmy Kimmel addressed that issue because he just found out about it as well.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful monologue he gave, and he destroyed Trump so funnily. That's why Trump doesn't like him.
Oh,
He
yeah.
actually, because you get more truth from these guys and honesty and the
Then you
facts
get from the
than you do
news.
from the fucking news.
And
yes.
you get a chuckle over. I didn't know that happened. Well, that's funny. No, it's not. It's
And
disgusting.
it's
but you
hard to
find,
make somebody who's stupid look even funny because they
They
do it
make people
themselves.
talk. They actually get people the next day at work to talk about
yeah,
their
talk
show.
about, hey, did you see
which
the show
means
last night when they was joking about blah, blah, blah?
what you need to do. You need to talk amongst yourselves so people are aware who don't watch anything but Fox
Seth MacFarlane,
know what's going
Jimmy
on.
Kimmel, yeah. My preference when because at night when the way we watch TV, I can only watch one. They're all on the same time. So, and I'm a diehard, that guy I was just saying a minute ago.
Colbert.
Colbert,
Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. I'm a
Yeah.
diehard Stephen Colbert guy. I watch it every night. But if Stephen Colbert is a rerun, boom. I'm on, I think it's Jimmy Kimmel. I like Jimmy Kimmel and then Seth MacFarlane. Seth is the one that does that.
Seth is hilarious.
He's the one that does that little, he talks about one thing
Analyzing.
every once in a while and
Yeah.
analyzes. Yeah, that guy. I like him.
What's it called, that segment of his show? Let's look at whatever, but
Right.
and he does. He concentrates on the subject.
On
Well,
one item.
my last thorn in my Australian side goes to Mr. Matt Gates.
Oh,
That at this late these hearings that are going on.
it's so
he
pleasant to know
suggested
that you have a
um,
list to pick from, though, Aussie.
oh,
Where
mate,
else
I
but
take
America
notes.
would we give you a list of assholes to hate? Yeah.
What about Woody Harrelson last
he
Saturday
told-
I'm
night?
going to go
He
one further,
told,
Dave. I
hang on,
cannot think
DJ.
of a single Australian right now that I would go, hey, I hate that guy. Oh, well, Murdoch. Who's that? Is he Australian?
Where is
Yes,
The
he
guy that owns
was.
Fox?
He's
Okay.
American. He's now American.
Oh, fuck you. See?
Yep.
Now you done throw his
Yep.
ass on us. There's
He's
the
a
guy.
nationalised American. Well, Mr. Gates said we, in these committee hearings, that should be having a pledge of allegiance. Now, normally the pledge of allegiance, I believe, is spoken by someone who's not on the committee or in the system. It's a privileged citizen that comes in and talks the pledge of allegiance to the before they go underway to the committee. And someone said, "Oh yeah, and you guys, you'd end up having someone here that is magatized." And Gates says, "No, it's not as if we're going to have a killer or a child rapist here doing it. We'll have someone decent." You know who they got? He got one in, a guy called Cody Bettman. He's a murderer. He's a murderer. He's got 2 charges of murder on his head. And they asked him to speak the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, yep. You just hit me with the bell went off when you said they got him to read the Pledge of Allegiance. Yes. He was the guest of Matt Gates. Yes.
Just because you're a murderer
See,
doesn't
my
mean you can't be
Rolodex is there. It just takes a moment to roll around to the right story.
Yeah, but he's got child abduction charges as well.
Yes.
This guy's a fucking badass. You know?
What do you want
He's
to
a
know?
sicko.
What do you want to know?
And they want him
Hey,
to read it.
liars, cheats, thieves,
murderers
mate.
can pledge
child
their allegiance
molesters. There's
to
a
the
whole
United
batch of
States.
shit over there on that side, buddy.
All the way
Yeah.
over here in Australia, I know about this shit and I hear about it, but yet in America, you have dumbasses that don't even know about this shit. And they live
Dave?
right next to it.
We call
'Cause
them
they
Fox
watch
News viewers.
Fox News will be a better... No, America
I
would
can't
be
wait
a
till the
far
headline
happier
says
country if
Dominion
it wasn't
wins.
for Fox. No
Dave.
Fox, America is a happy country. No Fox, America would come together.
Well, you
The division would be fucking nothing.
You hit
The Fox
yes.
has destroyed your country.
It is Fox,
got that
Fox, Newsmax, all that bullshit. They live on this division. The division is what powers
They
their
deal in
network.
misery. They
That's
deal
exactly
in misery.
right.
Misery means money.
Indeed,
Mm-hmm.
indeed. You get people pissed off. They'll spend their money.
Murdoch is in it just for the money. That's all
He
he's
said
in
it
for.
himself. It's
Well, he
not
said
red. It's
that.
not blue. It's green, and that's all it is
Yes.
to them. It's a
So-
it's
so
fascism
I-
on the rise, baby. That's that's the way I look at the whole fucking Republican Party now. That's fascism on the rise. They are interested in nothing but passing laws that benefit wealthy corporations or wealthy people. They
And you
wave
pay.
the flag in your face all day long, sing patriotic music, come down there and hear me talk about how much I just love America. Yeah. At the same
Did
time, they'll
anybody hear-
rape your ass every time.
Did anybody hear fuck Trump call Fox News fake news?
Yes, I saw that too in the
Yes.
story. Yeah, he don't like them because they're not.
This is why.
They're
This
in
is
a pickle now.
if he's indicted, this shows you what will happen. He will throw his own family under the bus. Everyone will go
He
under the
throws
bus.
a hissy fit.
That's why it's all been slowed down
Yeah.
purposely. They're trying to hope he dies before he can spew his mouth off in court.
Who was it
I
the other
kinda
day
hope he
that
does
said
too.
if he's charged,
Everybody hopes that.
he's going to throw
Everybody
everybody
hopes
under
that.
the bus. He will throw everybody. If he's charged, it looks like he's going to go. He'll throw everybody under the bus. Blame everybody in the world. Kids, daughter,
Granddaughter.
anybody,
Whatever.
anybody but him. And that's anyway. Maria
She's
Betancourt
not
came
born
back.
yet. She's only a seed in my daughter's womb, but she's plotting against me. She's a Democrat
Yeah,
plotting
she's a
against me,
Democrat.
and
She's
I know I can see it in
I
the
know.
womb.
They're all
I
plotting
know more
against
than
me.
these
I know.
doctors do.
Only my maggot friends understand. We must form our... Yeah, that guy. Maria Betancourt came in with $2 and said, Marjorie Taylor Greene couldn't read... Yes.
Couldn't read the
I
numbers.
loved it. It's like I wanted to
Right.
replay it.
Right.
Let me get it out. Marjorie Taylor Greene couldn't read the math number. Couldn't count. Can't count. I don't... somebody remember the number? Anybody? It's like, it was in the millions. It was in the millions, though.
1,500,000.
Yeah, okay. That's all you have to get to.
Oh, that one. Okay.
She couldn't read the amount of money that was written in front of her. She got confused. I don't give a fuck what number you put me. And I might lose it up around. I don't know. I think I could get to the trillions, the quadrillion. I don't know. But if we're talking millions, I don't care if it's 999 million fucking dollars, and the next one is 100,000. You can't get that far, and you're in Congress.
The comma was in the wrong
Jesus.
place.
And she's getting paid.
Well-
She's getting a paycheck to be in Congress, and this is stupidity on display, and we
Yeah.
pay for it.
Can you
And-
imagine
and
her
don't-
trying
as
to,
well.
And I'm not too
European
sure
numbers,
Lauren
which the comma
Bobart
and
could
the
read the
period
same
are
damn
switched?
number.
Somebody explain to me, please, how she can be in Congress in the House of Representatives and be on Fox News fucking pushing to end the fucking union. How is that even possible?
And cannot read a number that reaches into the billions. Because it's not about education. It's not about. It's about revenge for their ass nowadays, James.
Well, she is.
They want this division.
She's pushing to end the fucking union.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
The
And she's trying to make it sound logical.
About everything except for his fucking first name. Everything. And he's in the Congress. And he's getting paid. You got Bobo the fucking clown out of Colorado. Colorado in the 3rd district.
Hey, yo, we got him down to Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, he's in the Senate.
Her husband, you know. There's a shit ton of them in there. But this is what we get when we're not paying attention, and these idiots get elected to government.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And once you get them in, it's hard as hell to get them out.
It's hard as hell to get them out.
Oh, that's any incumbent, either side. It's hard to beat an incumbent.
I remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene came in, and Joe Kennedy III said, "People like this should not be elected."
Should not.
George
Santos should not have made it into that race.
Exactly.
Well, hey,
what was he even doing in the freaking race?
Investigation now.
Huh? Yes, he's under investigation from the ethics committee.
Yes, exactly.
Well, let's see where that goes.
You know, Mitt Romney told him to his face, he got caught on open mic. You shouldn't be here.
Wouldn't pushing to end the union, wouldn't that go against your fucking?
That is insurrection. It goes against her
You
oath
would think it would be
to uphold the Constitution.
Insurrection. But hey, you know,
she violates her oath with that shit.
Yeah, that's why
Kevin McCarthy as Speaker of the House, and you know he's pretty much sold his ass down the road, and so goes our country. Because
that's why I always say, spare me the Star Spangled Banner and the flag waving and the eagle flying by. So quit trying to convince me of the patriotic American that you are while you're sitting there and preaching, hey, let's just split up, get a divorce, you know? Fuck
but
you.
She have her fucking safe space. She wants a safe space. Oh my God.
Yes. The lady from and she sits on the Homeland Security committee.
It's an oxymoron.
Think about that. Marjorie Taylor Greene sits on the goddamn Homeland Security.
Running her mouth.
Yes.
She's guilty of the same thing. She does it to other people all the time. She fronts them in the face and insults them and all that stuff. I mean, she sat there next to the guy in that hearing yesterday who says that he's a Republican. I can't think of his name at the moment, but he said the election was legal. The election was spot on. There was nothing wrong. And she's sitting next to him and saying, no, you know it's not. You know you're lying. You know, and she's telling people this guy's thoughts that don't even exist. She's just one of those, sorry to anyone that's a salesman. She's a typical used car salesman or the insurance salesman that uses fear and bullshit.
So the Republican
Dave,
Party.
you know what my grandmother used to do to me when I sassed her? She practically knocked my teeth out. I think my grandmother needs to get a hold of Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Well, no, that's not the sort of country you want. You want her punched out for sure by another woman.
No, this was open-handed.
Yeah, okay, there you go. If it was another lady that walked up and, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd go,
that's exactly right. If another lady
somebody finally
okay.
did it. Not that I advocate violence. It's just, I just love to see that. I'm sorry. I'm just, because she's a vile creature.
Here?
I'm embarrassed for Georgia's 14th district. Of course, I know because I have Michael Cloud, but you never hear shit about. Michael Cloud isn't one of these guys. Oh Lord, look! Did you hear what he said on the news? No.
Get him out of here.
He Michael Cloud, my congressman, is one of these ones that stays in the background, just hides real. What do you want me to vote for? Okay, yes. Everything else, no. They tell him specifically what to vote for. He's a dog on a leash, is what he is.
John.
You know, at least Marjorie Taylor Greene is in the news.
I gotta go.
You do have to go, baby.
Yes.
Okay.
My dog just came in skunked. So.
Oh, better yours than mine, dear.
Yeah.
So a bath is in mind, huh?
Thank God I got some old tomato juice.
There you go, baby. Pour it on,
All
just
right.
straight.
Yeah.
All right,
See you
darling.
later.
Thank you for coming in.
Need peroxide.
Oh,
Bye.
Bye
See
bye.
you, love.
That's Bernadette Pre. Appreciate her every
I've
time
never heard
she's in here.
smell skunk. Is that smelly? Over here, we don't really have a skunk issue. But I do
Oh,
believe you.
we
in the-
got it. We got
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty bad.
I go to
Oh,
Paradise.
is it
I've
bad?
had them on my porch.
It's really bad.
It's like,
And
oh,
there's
nobody's
different
going out the
levels
door.
of it, Dave. If it's really strong, it can actually
Yep.
you can taste it.
Oh yeah, you don't want that. Yes, I have been sprayed. I have been sprayed. No. Nobody wants to get around your ass for a while. And that tomato
Like
sauce
months.
stuff, I've tried. I guess I didn't use enough though. You can still smell that shit. You don't
Tomato
want.
sauce don't work.
Yeah, and then when you go to try to wash your dogs, oh hell, you're getting it on you
It,
before.
it don't. Yeah. It's just
What's
time is the only thing that helps.
Yeah, time.
John
It'll
Deere
eventually
what's,
fade
um,
away.
works best.
What's Kellyanne Conway doing back on the scene again? doing
Speaking of
interviews
skunks.
on. Yeah.
That's funny.
What's she doing on TV talking about Trump and shit and doing
Good
her
question.
bullshit
Somebody
again?
stuck a microphone under her chin and she
Yeah.
talked.
Anytime that happens, she's bound to be in the news from saying something stupid. I don't know what she said stupid
Trump
this
is
time.
calling in everyone. Trump is calling in everyone he knows for help. I
For
think.
what? For what? There's the big question for me. For what? To run for president? Is that what he's going to do? Do you think he stands a chance of getting elected in this
No.
country? I don't think so.
At the
don't
moment, they're
think
just
so.
discrediting the DOJ.
Of course, I have
At
been
the
wrong. I
moment,
didn't think he could get elected
He's
before.
a-
Let me caveat that by
he's
saying.
They're either all people he had fired or ran. They ran away. One or two.
But
I'm-
you
I'm
see
try-
the insults he's throwing at Jack Smith. I mean, we're led to believe this Jack Smith, takes no prisoners and all
Lord.
this sort of crap, and he's out there saying threats towards him and his
Bart
family,
Larson, you don't have
calling
enough
him
cats.
a bully, calling him names.
You need more cats.
What the
That's
fuck?
not going to bother Jack Smith.
No,
No,
I don't think it's
not,
going to
but
bother Jack Smith, but I'm hanging on every moment on
What I-
on him.
What I didn't like when I watched what they did to Merrick Garland for 4 hours
Right.
the other day. 4 freaking
Yes, it
hours.
was
That man
disgusting.
endured that.
He
But what
endured
it is
bullshit.
no, it's what they're setting up. They're setting up the doubt
Yes.
of whether he can be
Reasonable doubt.
bipartisan. Period.
muddying the
Reasonable doubt.
waters.
And it maybe that it lightens my heart that we see that Alec Murdaugh did not get away with that. So maybe there's hope. But
Yeah.
Well,
that's what they're trying to do is
there's a
create
big
reasonable
difference.
doubt.
There's a big difference between Trump
No,
and that
they're
trial
not trying
guy.
they're not trying to create reasonable doubt.
Just doubt.
There's nothing reasonable
No
about
reasonable
them.
about it. No, I saw where
They're setting it up so
Mitch
that if
McConnell
Merrick
and,
Garland tries to do
Jeffries.
anything, it's going to look bad.
Hakeem Jeffries sent a letter to Fox, Rupert Murdoch, wanting, and of course it's not going to happen, it's all for show, to go on the air and declare that there was no election fraud, that the 2020 election was a fair and honest election, it reflected the nation's will, and they lied. Do you think they're going to do that? No. They're not going to do that. But I like to think eventually some of these rednecks, idiot, will be outside of their bubble and accidentally hear it on a radio station. That Fox is just a lying sack of shit.
I hope so, but I doubt it.
I doubt it
You
too,
know,
baby.
You never know. You never know.
Well, they're still doing it today. They're still out there
Good night, Carol.
lying.
I guess we
They
ought to.
wouldn't believe it if they heard it.
I guess we ought to wrap it up for the evening. We're running overtime, baby. I'm just thankful that y'all came by. I really needed this meeting tonight. It was a rough day. So, yeah, this is what I was talking about the other day. This is just as much therapy for me as it is for y'all. Anyway, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Bernadette for coming in earlier. And, wait a minute, we lost somebody else, too. Besides my brain.
Linda.
Linda. No,
Mhm.
Linda's still. Oh, Miss Linda. No, Miss
Yes.
Linda's
No,
still
Miss
here.
Linda's
Linda
still
Taylor
there.
Gallup's still here.
Jean?
Where,
Jean
oh,
had
where is she?
Jean
Jean,
Janky
Miss
jumped-
Jean had
jumped out.
jumped out.
Oh, Miss Jean. Okay, somebody.
That's what it was, Miss
Okay,
Jean.
yeah.
So thank Miss Jean
Sorry,
for
Miss
coming
Linda.
in.
It was Miss Jean.
And yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming in. But Miss Linda, thank you, darling.
You're welcome, darling. Good night, John Boy.
Good night, Mary Ellen. Just take care of yourself, baby. Have a good night.
I'm fine.
All right, baby. Anyway, Linda Taylor Gallup, thank you, darling.
Of course.
I appreciate you coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing this all backwards. DJ, I can't see shit. I gotta get
Yes.
glasses. I gotta get
I'm
my
here.
glasses fixed. Are you? I can't see.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I gotta get my eyes fixed. Buddy, thank you for coming in, and thank you so much for my barbecue sauce and my extendable hammer. I like my
John?
extendable hammer.
I want you
can
to
this.
use
I
that
can
hammer
drive
in
some
good
nails
health.
with this shit, buddy. I'm telling
Use
you,
that hammer in good health.
I will.
Reach out and give them a love tap.
I will indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, that touched someone.
And I appreciate the pipe. I am a pipe guy. I know what that is. I knew what it was the second I unwrapped it from the bubble thing there.
I thought you would.
I recognized it immediately what it was. I just was wondering what it was going to look like when I opened it.
Enjoy.
I
Enjoy
I
more.
already am. I was telling Marcia, ooh, a new pipe, and not only that, a meerschaum, because I showed her the difference between what a briar pipe looks like and what a meerschaum pipe looks like and how they operate, and there is a distinct difference. And a meerschaum will always bring in a better smoke of whatever
Oops,
you
sorry
put
about
in
that.
that
That was
pipe.
my dog.
Some whatever fine tobacco you put in a meerschaum, it will indeed be a good smoke. Anyway,
How does that work?
it has to
I
do
don't
with
know.
the breathing, the wood itself. That's why they use briar for a wooden pipe is the best, because it allows the pipe, the air gets through the fibers of the wood easier.
Horse. Yeah.
And meerschaum is a fossilized sea foam, which is pretty porous in itself. Very easy. You could break it. You have to be very cautious with them. I have one that I've had for over 40 years. Over 45 years. Had it before Marcia. And I barely open up because it will crumble if I try to take it out of that case. Yeah, it all has to do. Anyway, here we are on Today with Pipes. Don't get John off on the pipe trail there.
Everything you always
I
wanted to know.
sometimes talk myself. I know
Yes,
too much
yeah.
about pipe and tobacco.
Pipe dreams.
Yeah, pipe dreams. That's what it is. Anyway, where were we? DJ, thank you for being here. Let me see.
Thank you for having me.
James, I'm going to be dancing to the post office every day now for a few days. Is today the day? I'm going to stick the key in there. No key today. Well, I'll be dashing to come back the next day.
That sad music just did me in.
Well, I appreciate it, brother, so much. Thank you very much. And for coming in and for whatever shows up in that box, I'm thankful for. Or shows up at my house. Thank you, DJ. And let me see.
You're welcome.
Who's Ozzy?
Yo.
Thank you for coming in, brother. I'm glad the water's
All
down.
right.
Maybe things will
Yep.
start to get back to normal again once that smell goes away.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope so. It's going to take a couple of months, but things will get back to normal.
Things
And
will
I'm sure in 6 months' time, I'll be saying, where was the flood?
yeah.
Now, where
things
was
will
that?
grow back.
Because-
Everything that died where the water was will eventually grow back.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff did die seriously, die. But some stuff is half dead and half alive. I'm hoping for that. But
Well-
thank you for having me. And
I've seen the
just
pictures of
hope
your place.
that,
You got a really nice place there, Dave. You got a
thank
nice
you.
place.
Thank you.
Hey,
Aye.
Hey,
Aye.
thank you for Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah, thanks for that, Dave.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I gotta say this, guys. You have had him over in America for over 40 years, so he's American.
Well, see, that's
more
how come I say I
American
can't think of a single Australian that I hate. Ain't nobody in Australia that I hate. He lives here, I guess. I don't know where he lives. Wherever he lives, I wish he anyway.
You know, Murdoch, very hated. Gates, very hated. Marjorie Taylor Greene, very hated. And Trump, super hated. The four amigos.
See? There's exactly what I'm talking about. People
What
from
about
all the
Ted
world,
Cruz?
all over the
Everybody
world,
loves
hate
him.
our politicians. I
They
don't even
do.
know any of
We
y'all's
do.
politicians' names. And that's good.
But we like Biden. We like Biden.
Well, good. I'm glad. All Australia is beautiful, Bart Larson says. I'd love to find out. Anyway, Ozzy, thank you for being here. I appreciate it tremendously.
Thank you.
And, of course, Miss
Well
your
done.
chick.
Yes, John.
Thank you, dear.
We still have a few people watching, but they could still like, share, and subscribe.
They could.
Subscribe.
We
Yeah,
still
good
have about
deal.
70 some odd people still out there watching. So, yeah, reach right down there. And that means our likes should go up at least 70. Well, some of you probably already have done it. Anyway.
10% increase would be good.
Yeah, there you go. It would be indeed. Like, share, and subscribe, baby. That's what we ask you to do. It's
I
the one
think you
thing all of
missed
us
it
can do.
earlier, but
What?
there was a message from Bear. He wanted to say hello.
Bear. I know who
Bear
Bear
was-
is.
Bear was on Facebook. He was
Bear,
listening.
I have shaken Bear's hand. I have shaken the hand of a bear. Do y'all understand how much courage that takes in life for you to walk up and stick your hand right in the hand of a bear?
You are waffling again, John.
And not only that, the bear shakes your hand back. I'm telling you. Bear's a
And the
great
Bear's
guy.
retired, right?
Yes, Bear is. I don't know if he's retired now.
What you got in that pipe?
In his profession, it might as well be because where he's working now is like, hey, the top of the food chain out here is, as far as neighborhoods go. So,
Ah.
yeah, he's, if he's where I think he is, then I imagine him is basking in the glow of the beach every day. Now, he may not be doing that, but that's the way I imagine it, so that's okay. Anyway.
Are you going to take that pipe in the blue room?
Am I going to take the pipe? Oh, the pipe is right here. I put it back in the case because anytime you hit a new pipe, it flows very easy. And with every puff of cloves, yep, I'm there. Where were we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were saying goodnight. I don't know what causes that shit, see?
You just finished saying goodnight.
One of these days I'll figure out what's causing that shit.
Happy trails.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. All right.
Put the pipe away, John.
I did. I put the pipe away. Put the pipe down, John. Put the pipe down. All right. I love you. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow's Beer and Bud Friday. Another reason to pick up the pipe. See?
Yep.
It's a devilish issue. It's disgusting.
Gotta season
It's
it
just sexual.
anyways.
Anyway,
Season it.
we will be here Beer and Bud Friday.
Yeah.
Hell or high water. And then we'll be back here live again Sunday for another Blue Dot family meeting. So y'all take care of yourself. And every day, baby, every day. Try to put a smile on your face, baby. It goes all the way into your heart. That smile will make it all the way into your heart. If it's a true smile, baby, and if it is, pass it on to somebody else. Anyway, y'all say goodnight to each other. To everybody.
Good night, each other.
Good night, each
Good
other.
night.
John's got too much pipe in him. All right. I love y'all. Y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see you again Sunday. Until then, much love, baby. Much love. We'll see you. Oh, now I got to move the damn mouse around. I got to fix these button shit.